Now, why do you think that the show, even though it was popular and because of the awesome themes, things like that, it had 26 episodes. It endures to this day. Why do you feel that it was not renewed?
They wanted to go they were trying along to go a different direction than I thought he should go. I didn't want to, the Dennis Hophead and Peter Fonda image, for God's sakes. And in the first pilot was written like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy says, where are you going? I wish I were you. And my response in writing was, bless his heart, Denny Bart, but it was, well, man, if it wouldn't be me, like, drop the station wagon and the kids, man, and find it. And I said, okay, I can't say it.
Yeah.
The guy talks like that every week. I go crazy.
Yeah, really.
So that was, and then they wanted me to have sex with both the mother and the daughter in one episode, And I said, hey, one love affair is season's enough, and it was with Lois Nettleton, a very quiet story, and took place in the mountains.
Sure.
Yeah. But they wanted me to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
They'd send the same two bad cats up, the directors who had demanded I wouldn't give it to them. They wouldn't do it,
Well, they had coined it Easy Rider Light, is some of the initial critics in that. But
well, on the cover of Mad Magazine, my nephew sent me when I was shooting. It said, well, I was on the cover with Peter and Dennis on their bike, all beat up and dragged out, and I'm over there in with the stock knitting cap, the knit cap and the thing on the back and clean looking, And the line out of watch, forget which one's mouth, but there's a bubble, and it says, who's the weirdo? They're looking at me, Bronson. Who's the weirdo?
Well, Michael, let me...
And the takeoff on them was Sleazy Rider, and the takeoff on me was Then Came Bomb Sums. Very funny issue. You should. And they picked the one about the one where they wanted me to sleep with the mother and the daughter.
Yeah, nowadays that'd be...
in the Mad Magazine, the one mother turns to the daughter and says, is he different or strange or something?
Yeah, that'd be like de rigueur, the normal course nowadays.
Oh, you'd have to do... And probably the cameraman while you're making the show.
Well, let me say this from...
Vulgar world out there, really.
Oh, yeah, and I was... when I go back, I get a good feeling when I watch those shows. When I go back and I listen to them and see how you handled the character. And just a little segment here. It says, Bronson is a catalyst, not involved more than necessary. Bronson's short presence sparks an insight, shatters a belief, or presents a challenge that his newfound acquaintances must deal with. Bronson offers minimal advice and much understanding. The solution, as it should be, is left with those who will be affected by it. I think that tells the whole thing about how you played this thing out. It was just absolutely awesome. When you look back on it and you see the values and the teachings that go on in each and every one of these segments, it's just, way ahead of its time.
I didn't give advice, really.
No, it says minimal.
That's what you can't. The Voltaire line is about religions. Why prattle on and on about God? Whatever you say about him can't be true. It was kind of like that. You just better stay away from pomposity.
Well, Michael, we're going to have to go ahead and step away and catch this break here. And I would like to see if, as we get into June, maybe we could have you back on and hear a little bit more of you're going to make the movie in Switzerland or if you're going to not make the movie. And would you think that would be okay?
If I'm not working?
We can call you.
You can do that.
As Quentin Tarantino says, the greatest living actor, Michael Parks. I can't thank you enough.
He was probably drunk or something.
That's okay.
Okay.
But I want to thank you for the courtesy that you not only
very much,
extended to me, but all of our listeners. And Roy, if you want to play this as we get going out of here, Michael, I want to thank you very, very much for being our guest.
Thank you.
I'm going to settle down, but till I do, I won't be hanging around, going down that long, lonesome highway, gonna live life my way.
This is Michael Parks singing that long, lonesome highway. We want to thank Michael Parks for his time on the show tonight and look forward to having him on again in June.
Ride Power Sports is the Mahoning Valley's premier dealer of Victory motorcycles, Polaris ATVs, and Razor utility vehicles. Right now, all 2007 Victory motorcycles are on sale with interest rates as low as 2.49%, with 0 down or 12 months same discount. Payments as low as $237 a month. Demo rides available on the new Victory Vision on any dry day. Buy your new Victory from the one dealer who never charges for freight or assembly. Check out the all-new 2007 Victory motorcycles on sale and the new Ranger RZR in stock at Ride Power Sports, 7661 South Avenue in Bourne. Check them out on the web at ridepowersports.com.
Before you start driving, you probably have a routine. Adjust the mirrors. Check. Tune the radio to your favorite station. Check. Turn off your cell phone, click your seatbelt, and check your blind spots. Check, check, and check. That gave Allstate an idea. Why not reward drivers who make safety their routine with a real take-it-to-the-bank check? Introducing the Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check. Now, every 6 months, you're accident-free. Allstate will send you a check for up to 5% back. It's cold, hard cash on top of any discounts you already received. Part of your choice auto insurance only from Allstate. Get paid for driving safely? Check. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call your local Allstate agent now or 1-888-ALLSTATE. Are you in good hands?
Johnny's Vintage Motorcycle, renowned experts in vintage Kawasaki and Harley-Davidson parts and restoration, invite you to check their store's website at johnnysvintagemotorcycle.com for the best in parts, service, and restoration ideas. With over 30,000 parts, that's right, over 30,000 vintage Kawasaki parts in stock and ready for immediate shipping to get your project or restoration from the rack to the road right now. Johnny's Vintage Motorcycles owner and enthusiast John Bova is arguably the world's foremost expert on the legendary superbike, the Kawasaki Z1. They stock any part, new, old, stock, or OEM on hand or can get it. Johnny's Vintage Motorcycle also buys, sells, and restores vintage bikes, and their mission is to promote vintage motorcycles through repair and or restore, keeping these wonderful vintage bikes on the road. Whether it's a ground-up restoration, engine rebuild, or transmission work, turn it over to the pros at Johnny's Vintage Motorcycle in Wadsworth, Ohio. Give them a call, 330-335-7365, or visit them on the web at johnnysvintagemotorcycle.com.
The CBR 600 F4i from Honda. From any... The CBR 600 F4i from Honda. For many sports bike fans, this will always be the legendary 600 class sport machine. And right now, during the Good to Go sales event, all you need is the Honda card, and you get your own CBR 600 F4i with low payments and a straight deal. So if you want the sport bike that's a legend, you're good to go. Come to Andrews Cycles, Route 62 in Salem, Ohio.
Special financing available for well-qualified buyers on 2008 and prior year models. Not all buyers may qualify. See Andrews Cycles for complete program details. Offer ends May 31st, 2008.
Alrighty, this is Larry Ward on 570 WKBN. Coming up very shortly is Roy, the Sheriff Dykeman's little touring and travel tips. But before we do that, I must tell my listeners that it was an extreme thrill to talk to Michael Parks. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I mean, you can see the difference between him and how he thinks, and he is such an intelligent cat, and he's a good actor, but I just can't thank him enough. I was more nervous about thinking about doing this thing, about as nervous as he was thinking about answering the questions ahead of time. But I think that captures the essence of that show and how it was a way-back time machine. When I look at those things, I'm telling you, it'll snap me right back to 1969. I remember sitting at home, when I was 18, watching the show and going, boy, oh boy, that's me, I'm out of here. And you know what? Sometimes I couldn't get out, so I just live vicariously. But I think that's still what that show does to me today. And I hope for the listeners that love this guy and love the series and love anything that he's in, I hope that interview was as good for you as it was for me. I want to thank Molly from Listen Recordings, who helped me out so much getting this, Merritt Blake from the Blake Agency, which is Michael Parks' agency, and to two super fans in particular, Bill Gibson and Tom Hansen, for their input. All right, let's go, Roy.